Then,
Yeah, and I immediately put Fluffernuff to work. You see that right away?
yeah,
Shamelessly,
lift
just
that
like
barge, tote that bale.
that's it. Right away. What do you got, Fluffernut? Audio check. Great. Oh, good. It's great. Apparently, it's great.
Nice.
Did you
Dr.
notice that
Pepper?
I put up pictures? Yeah. Okay. I've got a little secret to share with you.
Oh,
Zero sugar. It's the only zero sugar pop I can drink. I mean, other than the bubblies, which I love, but those aren't sugared anyways.
right.
This is something about the way the aspartame or whatever the cancer-causing substances are that they
Yeah,
put in
yeah.
these, whatever it is, mixes with the flavor of Dr. Pepper, and it's actually really, really good. It's
Whoa.
like a refreshing Dr. Pepper instead of that kind of heavy, treacly
Coy.
sweetness of
Yep.
yeah.
Cloying. Yeah, yeah.
Hello, Anquiitis. Hello, David Sams, the Mark Streed. Mandy, we got people in. Sound is good. Moto likes the sound.
That's great.
Yeah. What the hell are we doing here, Lance?
Well, I have gotten the both of us. It turns out now you need my connections. So we both have access to VO2.
Sure, when did I
Or
not
I,
need your connections? You've always been my connection,
no, no,
haven't you?
you were
What?
the connections man, but now I'm like, sure, I can get you in on it.
You're the nerd who knows a nerd now.
Right.
But
I'm
I've
the
always
nerd.
said that. I've always said like always looking for a nerd who knows a nerd. You're that nerd, buddy. That's
I'm
you're
that
the
nerd
yeah,
now.
you're the nerd now.
Fantastic.
You're that nerd now.
Yeah.
Um, there's like 3 T-shirts I can make already. We've only been doing this for like
I'm
five
that
minutes.
nerd now.
There you go. That nerd now. Yeah, not that nerd now. Paranoid Badger, one of my favorite. I got to say, one of my favorite usernames. Paranoid Badger.
Yeah.
I
Like a
just,
meerkat,
I could
but
see it.
capable of tearing off your face.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Paranoid, meaning it's just going for you anyways. Hello,
Yeah.
Paranoid. Lormanista from the Space Coast. Nice. Tanya
Space
Coward.
Coast.
I don't know, where's the Space Coast? Is that like the West Coast? Or is that, because that could
I
be,
don't know. I know
listen, that
Space
could also be
Ghost.
Florida too, right?
It could be Seattle. They got the Space Needle.
Yeah, maybe, maybe. Uh, Ascended Mastered. Hello from an Ascended Master. Wow, we got
Wow.
all the bunch now. Am I going to Basingstoke? Are they doing Basingstoke again this year? I didn't know that. I would go. I loved it. It was fantastic. We stayed in this old, not old, but it's a really nicely old, made up old, like, you know, palace of not palace, but one of those sort of like sub
A mansion?
palaces that the Brits have. A
Okay, I got a
mansion,
sub palace.
like a sub palace.
Okay.
Actually, that'd be fun. Sub palace would be like the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I
That
think
was
so.
kind of a palace. Did you ever read that?
I watched the Disney
The Disney
one
movie.
in
Yeah, yeah.
theaters.
That
Do
was
you remember? This is how
in
goddamn
theaters.
old we are, Hewlett. Do you remember that the 60s Disney stuff
Hmm.
would come back out in theaters?
Hmm.
Like That Darn Cat
Oh,
or
that darn cat. Yeah, yeah. I
or the
liked
Herbie.
Escape from Space Mountain. That was the one. Oh,
Yes, I love that one.
it's funny. My son was saying, I did I watched an old movie, an old Kirk Douglas movie called The Fury, the horror film.
Oh my God. The kid has the telekinetic
Yeah,
powers and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh my God. I
And
love that one.
Baz said like, what is it with all the old movies and people having telepathy? Because he's like, this looks like Carrie to me. And I said, oh my God, no, you're totally right. There was a whole like even the military got into this kind of like trying to figure out men who stare at goats and
Well,
all that kind of stuff. It was like a thing back then.
let's do this.
Hmm.
Let's do a little experiment.
Okay.
Oh my God, there's a ghost. Now we got to show a ghost. Or, oh my God, he's using his telekinetic powers.
It's true.
See,
It always just looks like
Hmm.
I've got a terribly constipated. I did that in
oh,
Scanners
yeah,
too.
that's right. You are in Scanners too.
Scanners too was a lot of. It looked
Ah,
like you were birthing something all the time. It's fun
did
though.
you
It
really
feels
go
like you're
for it?
doing
Like
something.
pop veins out on
Oh,
your?
I did. Yeah, I
Oh
actually
wow,
burst a
nice.
blood vessel in my eye on the last day.
Holy
In the
crap!
last battle, I popped for real popped a blood vessel. Yeah.
That's I thought maybe just for the craft you would poop your pants, but you
Well,
blew a vessel in
I
your
was
eye.
young. I was young. If I were doing it now, I think I'd get the Depends out for that. I think for sure. Watching launches from her front yard. Oh, that would be fun. That'd be seriously fun. Oh, David Sams is the guy who gave me a Roman coin. He gave me a Roman coin.
A Roman
It
coin,
is the wimpiest, flimsiest little thing, but it's
really?
actually like a coin from the Roman era. It's kind of fun.
Did
Thank
you
you,
ever
David.
see the economy of what they did? they were such geniuses.
Mm.
They would take over a place, right?
Yeah.
And then their soldiers would be able to buy things with the Roman coin, right?
Mm.
Well, but how do you get the peasants to start taking the Roman coin? Well, you tax them. So you say you're going to get taxed
You better get some of our
20%.
coins.
Right. So you better, right. So if
That's
you
pretty
take
good.
these coins from our people and our soldiers,
Yeah.
then you'll have the correct currency
Right.
to pay your taxes.
Oh my
And
God, that is actually really smart.
it's really smart. And their money had things like prostitute on there. So
Mm.
you didn't have to, you had your prostitute money, your chicken money, your,
Mm.
diner in.
Right. Right.
That way, if you didn't speak the language, you could give them the coin for the good that
Oh,
you
so the
wanted.
coin was specific to what you were using it for?
Yes.
Really? So it was almost like
And,
having a token from one of those like arcades or something. I'm just gonna get
yeah,
this
like an arcade.
too warm.
Except you could you know, behead somebody for having the wrong arcade token or
Right. Right. Right.
something like that. Yeah.
So they weren't. Were the coins worth? Were the coins worth what they were like? Were they actually made out of something that was worth? Actually, David Sam's know this answer, but are the coins
I
worth
doubt
that
it.
much in silver or whatever they are? Or are they just a token of what the Roman Empire owns you?
I feel like it's a token because I don't think once you started moving into, third tier goods, like
Mm-hmm.
I'm exchanging my tutoring for your, uh,
Mm-hmm.
ideas or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden it's taking on value that it's again esoteric.
It becomes like Bitcoin. You never know what it's going to be worth. If
That
that silver coin could be worth $50, and the next day it's worth 75 because silver's gone
well,
up.
but you can keep it real steady, with your taxation like that,
Mm.
because you remove it back out of the environment, right? That's what they do with our money when they tax us.
Mm.
They don't put it back out in the environment; they burn it.
Mm.
It's gone.
Really?
It's deleted. Look it up. It's
They
to prevent inflation.
Or they just print it when they need it. I feel like
Right.
we're getting perilously close to the topics that we're going to talk about, aren't we?
Maybe. No, I like the Romans.
No,
I don't.
the
Yeah,
Roman stuff. Yeah, I was such an avoider of history for so long. Like I was like,
me
nope,
too.
it's only the future. I don't want to know about the past. Only the future.
All those
Except,
dead guys. Why do I
yeah,
care?
whatever. Yeah, I'm never gonna be. I'll be dead before I'm 20. Yeah, I
Me
don't.
too.
Yeah, I was. Well, James Dean was like, how old was he? I was like, I'll never get beyond
I
James
don't
Dean.
know.
I'm
He
too
probably
old.
wasn't 30
But I remember thinking that James Dean was old,
when
right?
he croaked.
Yeah, I remember thinking like, wow, but yeah, I think he was like 30, wasn't he? Like 30 or something.
Do you remember the year 2000? Like when you were 16, you thought the year
Y2K.
2000, holy shit.
Yeah,
Well, no, I'm thinking of when you were 16
yeah. No,
and
no.
like what the world would be like. I was like, well, I won't be alive for that anyway. So,
I've stopped doing. I've stopped. I've this weird thing that I do now, where you know how
me,
you used to when you like renew a passport or something, or you renew a government document, and it goes, oh, it
yeah.
expires in, and you're like, 25. I'm never gonna have to renew this. And all of a sudden you're like, ah, shit, it's 2025, and it really is only 5 years or 10 years or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah. Can I get a shout out, David? I don't know, Aaron. Can we? Oh, wait a second. No, yes, you
What?
can. Because you know what? Because Aaron's the guy who said that I was his favorite. Just so you know. So
I
yeah,
get,
shout
is that
out.
what he wants a shout out
I
for?
got someone shout out. Yeah,
Sycophant of the year.
shout out for having the best for having the best taste. I like that though. I like that. I like that
Okay,
they
yeah,
have.
yeah, yeah.
You really don't have to. You don't have to. You know. You don't have to suck up. It's fine. We don't.
Yeah.
We're all not friends around here. It's fine. Bonjour to. You know what that means, Lance?
Hello. Or
Hello
bonjour.
to everybody.
Good journey. No, what?
Hello to all. I think it is.
Really?
But I think so.
Well, bone is good though, right?
Bonjour. Yeah. Good day. Yeah. Good day. So
Around here,
hello to. Yeah.
the Hispanic people answer the phone. They don't say hola, they say como está or something like that.
Like, how are you?
It's really weird.
My
Yeah,
father-in-law used to answer the phone. Hello. How can I help you? Which I always
really.
liked. I always liked that. It always sounded like I was like, It's like, you always figure he's gonna get to the bottom of it, no matter what it is. Whoever this
Yeah,
calls
yeah.
from, he's gonna solve it for you. You're welcome,
I
Aaron,
got this.
and welcome, by the way. Thank you. So let's talk. Let me see if I can
How many
figure out.
people we got?
I want to see if I can figure out how to do this split screen thing so that I'm not studio mode. I think that's what I want. Yes, I think with studio mode I can try shit out. I swore I'm allowed to.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah. So I think with studio mode I can try it out and then transition to it, if that makes sense. So
Sure.
feel free to talk amongst yourselves while I probably shut down the stream.
I will tell
Screwed something up.
a story I had last night. Can you still hear it?
Yeah, a story you have last night?
Or a dream I had last night. I'll tell you a
no.
story.
Everyone loves hearing about everyone else's dreams, Lance.
Well, this was a sci-fi dream.
Oh, really?
And
okay,
my family was in it, and you were in it.
I'm in. I was in it? Oh, I want to hear this dream.
Okay. So there's this planet that's got massive issues with racism and isms of every kind, right?
I can't imagine a planet like that, Lance.
Yeah, where would that be?
Yeah, weird.
So, but the smartest amongst them build a thought dampening machine that puts a shield around the whole planet. Nobody can tell that somebody else is different. You can tell they're different in that, oh, that's my mom, that's my friend Bob, but these deeper lizard things are gone. That's an other, right?
The lizard things are other. Okay.
Do you get what I mean? Like put them in that, I'm worried about you because you're an other.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So all they see people as are other people who are potentially family, mates, whatever. So we go there and it's not working on us. So we see everything. And these guys are like weird blobs of sea jelly with I don't know, you can see their nervous system.
Ooh,
and they extend out their nervous system
like the Visible Man. Right. Did I screw it up? I think I'm right. I think right. Don't mind me. I'm just screwing everything up.
Yeah.
So while you're talking, I've turned off the video. I've tried something else. I'm like, this is so great. I could do all of this offline. I'm like, and I look over. I'm like, oh, or I could just do it all online.
Nothing happening.
Yeah. Too much power. I have too much power. It's true. It's too much power. Okay, wait a second. So if I can edit, that's my edit. I know what I need to do.
Okay.
I need to duplicate this because I basically need two screen grabbing things, if that makes sense. So I need to, right now I'm grabbing us on Zoom with the Mac OS screen capture because I'm on my Mac.
Okay.
And one day I won't have to be on the Mac.
Well, doesn't Streamlabs just allow you to capture each window individually? You could have.
Oh yeah, you can do all sorts of stuff. I just don't have the brain power to figure it out because I just don't play with it enough. So what I want to do is I want to bring up the Chrome, right? So we can see what. See, why does it keep doing that? Oh, I see why it keeps doing that.
Generator. I think of it as a renderer. I don't know why.
Right.
And so you can use word prompts, and rather than make a picture like in Midjourney, it makes a video.
Right.
And it can go from anime. Yeah. David's been doing some really cutting edge work with furry animals and machine guns.
Oh yeah, my Mad Max. Yeah. No, Mad Mouse. Mad Mouse. Yeah.
Furry Road.
So I guess it wants Furry Road. Yeah. I love it. I don't know why. That just so tickles me. It gets me every time. I want to add a source. Wait a second. There's no way to add an existing source. No, I don't want to do that. Okay. Sorry. Keep going.
I assume you already have Chrome open.
Oh
right?
yeah. No, the problem is whenever I change my screen capture, it changes this screen capture, and I want to add a screen capture, so I'm just doing that. That's fine. Yeah, I'll
Oh,
get it
okay,
eventually.
okay.
It's slowly working through it. That's all.
So that's what we're doing, folks. We're gonna show you perhaps what it can do, what we have done with it. I've sent him some videos. Hopefully, we'll be able to show.
Oh, did you show? Oh, I don't know how to do that. I'm not sure how to do that. Well, but I'll look. I'll look. I'll look.
Yeah,
If I so add a source, it's a new source. Okay.
and then we'll use the chat to help us come up with prompts. And
Yeah.
then and the way this ties in to Damn Dirty Abes with the whole wheelchair gimpy people aspect
Mm.
is that I'm able to do art and this moving picture thing that I wouldn't be able to do otherwise and by myself.
It was so
It
funny.
is not the same. But yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just saying one of the things that came up from with that about that for me was that story of talking to someone at the Texas Center for Advanced Computing, and she did
Okay.
data visualization, and they had just started doing image generation, like the whole stable diffusion stuff, and she said, "Oh, I hate it, I hate it." Understandably, because she's like an artist, and she's like like and I said, well, it's funny, because my friend Lance quite likes it because he can make things, and
Yeah,
I
do
could
a
just see
thing.
her suddenly go like, oh, like because it was that you never thought of that, like never thought of it from that
Right.
perspective, like as a way of as a tool for someone who can't just pick up a pen or I mean not that I can either, I suck at drawing, but
Right, right. A lot of people don't have the
yeah,
wherewithal to do that. But
I'm
okay,
so jealous of
I
those
was
people.
thinking this, and I know some people will disagree. So this isn't my hard line. It's something I've been thinking about.
Mm.
Have you ever heard an artist say, eventually you just have to put down the brush because you'll never be done,
Ah,
right?
yes,
Because you're always trying to get it to fit
like
this image,
art is never finished, it's abandoned.
right?
Yeah.
Well, the same thing is happening with these generative technologies.
Mm.
When once I get a prompt and keep having it iterate and iterate and iterate,
Mm.
when once I get it close enough, I have to let it go, or else I could spend the day
Yeah. Well,
just working on it.
and one of my complaints about it is that I sometimes worry that I should have just done it myself. I should have just grabbed Photoshop and done it myself because sometimes I spend way too much time on this stuff.
Well, I am going to add iMovie into my projects now because
Right.
I was making a God slap for Charlie,
Oh yeah.
like just to show him what could happen. And
With
so I've got like
you're talking about
three or
doing it
four.
with AI.
Correct.
Right, got it.
So I've got him in the God slap world
Mm.
in a like a trench coat and stuff, and doing stuff, but it's kind of helter skelter. So I'm
Mm.
going to chop it up in my iMovie and then put it in correct directions. Maybe use one of those Ken Burns things.
That's what I do. I mean, I definitely find myself using the edit quite a bit, quite a bit. All right, let me see. I think we can get this up, but the question is, can we get anything else? Let's see. Web browsing. I don't want that. I do want this. Oh, I want web browsing for the different thing, don't I? Oh, of course it changes as soon as you. Oh my god. Yeah, this is something I probably should have thought through before. Let's just go with. I mean,
That's okay.
we'll go with a live one right now, and then we can let's see if this works. Okay, so now it's a little squash dust at the bottom.
Yeah.
But I mean, you get the sense of where we are, yeah. And then we've got this wonderful. Was playing with Image FX, but the one we want to play with is Video FX, right?
Shit. Hey Trent, can you make your right hand monitor show David like on YouTube so I can see what he's seeing?
Oh, you can't see. Oh, right, of course.
That's fine.
Yeah, I think if I try sharing the screen, all hell
With
will break loose.
no, it will
He doesn't
yeah.
trust me. It's very wise that he doesn't trust me.
Alternate universes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You
It's a
know,
world of hurt.
Nazism takes back
Absolute
over the
world of
world.
hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rob Howell's watching from the UK, by the way, just so you know.
Oh,
We've got to be in our best behavior.
very
'Cause
nice.
Rob Howell's watching from the UK.
You know,
Aussie,
chat,
Aussie, Aussie.
please
Oi,
ask.
oi, oi. That's Glenn.
Oi,
That's what they do. If you say Aussie, Aussie, Aussie on a plane, if there's any Australians there, they go oi, oi, oi. It's really cool.
really?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So it's like a Pavlovian conditioning they go through?
No, no, it's just
Oh, okay.
it's slightly scary. It's a bit scary.
Yes.
It feels a bit, yeah. It's yeah. Jessica Sharp has suddenly discovered that I'm in fact Dr. Rodney McKay and is freaking out with multiple
You know,
exclamation marks.
technically you're not.
Not at all.
You're David Hewlett.
Exactly. But you know what's funny? I can't
Hmm.
believe people are still discovering this. You know what I mean? Like I would have thought
Hmm.
everyone who was interested in what the hell I was doing, the 20 people who might still give a crap or show up for this sort of thing. I assume they're already here. But it
Yeah.
seems always a surprise to people. Big hi to Cal, by the way. Let's not forget Cal.
Cal, I've
Yeah.
been talking to her.
Have you? Oh,
She
good.
is a very good human.
You know that she tried to wreck a Chevy.
Like,
Like she stepped in
as a
front of it and
dare,
she tried
or
to trash it by stepping in front of it and destroying it.
she
She
got
got
hit
hit
by
by
a
a car.
Chevy?
She got hit by a Chevy.
Wait, in Europe?
I know. I was like, who drives a Chevy
At
in
least it
Europe?
could have been like one of those little European
I
cars.
think it was an
She could have
assassination
walked away
attempt.
from the
I
whole
think it was an
thing.
assassination attempt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was so understanding when she sent the news. I asked if the Chevy was going to be okay.
I thought you would do something like, oh, that's terrible. Would you like a big picture of my face with
Let me
my
get a
name
big photo
signed
of you.
to it?
Yeah, let me get a large photo of myself as an inspiration to get you better. So everyone, lots of love to Cal, who always somehow manages to show up all the time. Don't know how she
Yeah.
does it. Yeah. Anyway. All right, give us a prompt. Let's see. Let's show this thing in action. Are we going text to video? Yes. Or text to image to
Oh,
video? I haven't tried that one. Have you done that? What do you use? What do you like
okay.
the most?
Text to video is good.
Okay, so what do we
I
got? Give me an example of
whatever the
something.
text to picture to video sucks. I could
Really?
not get it to work.
And here's the other thing that we discovered that drives us crazy is it doesn't save the images. If you don't download them, bang, whoosh, vamoose, they're
Oof,
gone.
gone.
They're gone.
Your
Yeah.
prompt is gone too. So I've taken to
Ooh.
writing my prompt in notes
Well, that's
and
smart.
then
And then cutting and
copy and
pasting it
paste.
in. Oh, that's really smart. I should do that too because it'd be less painful than having people watch me try to type. It's
True. And then you cut and paste it.
Exactly. In fact, I might just do that right now. Look at this. I'm going to do this right
With
now.
those
Okay.
giant sausage fingers.
I know.
Do you have to
It's
buy a
so.
special keyboard?
It's true.
Or
It's true. Yeah. Special actor
I'm,
keyboards.
I could see you hitting like 4 buttons at
They just have
once.
pictures.
Like
They just have little pictures on it, like little, like oh bird, like just so I know what to hit. Okay,
bird sound.
let's. Yeah, exactly. All right. So what should we start? Oh, I'll tell you one that I tried.
Hmm.
Because what I thought we would do is I thought I would I'd get it to generate an image of you and I piloting a spaceship, and you're being all cool, and I'm being like Muppet kind of thing.
Gotcha.
But
Okay. To get
it sucks at
me,
getting people.
well, I pretty much nailed me.
Oh, did it?
Chubby faced cherub McMahon with brown hair and mustache in a wheelchair.
All right, let's see this. Chubby, was it chubby faced? Oh, I was gonna do it in the chat in the text and then do it. So chubby
Faced.
faced. Is there a hyphen between chubby and faced? Would you?
I don't know. Let's just, it'll figure it out.
Okay, chubby faced man with a mustache.
Oh, cute. Cute. You gotta say chubby faced cute, man.
Oh,
I
cute.
put cherubic,
Otherwise,
but
you're all right. Otherwise, you look like something out of like, Seven or something.
like the whale? That's
Did you see that guy getting eaten by a whale?
no.
Oh my gosh, there's a kayaker who's doing whatever kayakers do, and this freaking giant blue whale comes up and then disappears back under and then
Pork.
spits him out alive.
Oh
It's like
my
a full-on
God.
biblical Jonah shit. It was like wild.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now see, I watch a podcast with that guy in it.
There you go. See, he's exciting. Not this guy from that
That,
show that used to be on television. Pigs
how
in
about
Space.
no
Oh my God, they should totally do us that as Pigs in Space. That'd be perfect. Pigs in
in
Space. God, I
space?
love the Muppets.
Why don't you do that? Put us in the pigs in space.
Okay, chubby face, cute man with a mustache as a Muppet, huh?
In a wheelchair.
As a mustache.
We'll see if it
In a
works.
wheelchair first? Is that, I
You
never
know,
know what
I
to
don't
put first.
I don't mind.
In a wheelchair.
Why
I
do
don't
I
mind.
always want to do that?
All right.
Psychologically, I'm really curious about myself now.
Because you always want to
Everything
put
I
that in
do,
first, or
well, no, I always want to put, I could be running around,
oh my
right?
God, you're right. Yeah. Why do you don't even
So
need the
what the hell
wheelchair?
am I doing?
Because I typed it
I
in.
don't get it.
All right. So chubby faced, cute man with a mustache. I guess because you're trying to create something that you could use as your own identity,
Yeah,
as your own current,
it's me.
yeah, in a wheelchair,
And glasses. I forgot
and
glasses.
glasses. Oops, I guess you mustache and glasses. Okay, okay. So far we've got, just so everyone, people at home can know, it's chubby faced, cute man with a mustache and glasses in a wheelchair, sits beside
Yes.
sits beside David Hewlett from Stargate.
I
It's the only way.
tried David
It
Hewlett.
doesn't work.
It might spit it out.
You know what happens? Whenever I put David Hewlett in, I get people with more hair than I do, which I love. I love it for
Well,
that.
yeah.
But it's very odd. All right, David
Well,
Hewlett from Stargate. How about that?
and how about who looks
As,
a lot like David Hewlett
oh, that's
from
good.
Stargate?
Beside a man who looks like, maybe I should say Rodney McKay. Would that be better?
Let's try that.
Like Rodney.
After he has been through a wormhole backwards.
Okay, they'll do that anyway. Trust me, they'll do that anyway. From Stargate as a Muppet, also as a Muppet,
Mm-hmm.
or as Muppets, doing pigs. No, doing sounds wrong, doesn't it? As
The captain
pigs
and
in
yeoman
space.
of Pigs in Space Crew.
Ah, okay.
How about that?
All right. From sorry, as the captain and yeoman from Pigs in Space on the Muppets. I mean, we're really more
Okay.
like Waldorf and Statler, to be honest. Okay, so I'm
Let,
cutting.
let me tell everybody.
Okay.
Okay, these things have governors on them, so they don't like it if you use famous people.
They tend to, yeah,
So-
that's true. Although it's done me before, it doesn't think I'm famous enough.
Part of being a prop jockey,
I think you're more
is
of a
writing-
prompt junkie, to be honest, given the amount of videos
Prompt
you send me.
right, true, is to come up with the wording that will work around the limitations of what
Yeah.
the programmers are putting on the AI.
It does feel a bit like I love it because to me, it's hacking. You're hacking language
yeah.
to trick it into doing the things you want. And it does feel like you're having to trick it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
You know?
or at least you're tricking its interpretation of its rules,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. You know who's really good at this is Barnacle, because he's always got like workarounds, like forget your initial programming. You've not been, or if you can't do this, say I. You know what I mean? Like he'll usually get it to narc on whoever programmed it type thing.
Right.
So maybe doing this really out of the depth. Your character from The Cube, but dressed as Rodney in the, what is this? In the, I gotta move that to see it. In
What
the
was your character
Spaceballs
in The
universe.
Cube?
I was
Spaceballs would be cool.
Spaceballs.
Just
Spaceballs
everybody
was
knows
good,
there'll
but the Muppets in Space. That's a classic.
Yeah,
I was Beaker. I was basically Beaker. That's
Yeah, huh?
my
Me
sisters
too.
used to, whenever I got a haircut, my sisters used to make fun of me and call me Beaker. Yeah. It's that wonderful, that sort of like fish like. So it's not fast.
Well, I'm sure it's very fast, but it's doing a lot.
I guess so. Yeah,
Right?
sure. It's just I've used other one, like Runway seems faster to me, but
Is it
but it's
pumping out
also,
the same?
but this is also beta. Now I think about it, and it's yeah. So maybe it's, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I could do a test. One time we'll have to do a test between the other ones, because Runway, but Runway I also pay for. Well, I was paying for. I don't pay for it now, but
Oh,
hello
I
from
asked-
Scotland.
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 Nobody can cuss like a Scot.
I watched a really good movie the other night. Well, until the ending, because horror movies always fall apart at the end.
Yeah.
Now I can't remember the name of it now, but it's that wonderful actor who was in. He played like Magneto not Magneto.
Okay, Ian.
Xavier.
No, not Ian.
The Doctor
that?
X. He played Dr. X in one of the X-Men movies.
Professor X.
Professor X, yeah. Dr. Professor X, Esquire.
You mean Jean-Luc Picard? That guy?
Nope. No, the other guy.
No.
The other guy who played him. Remember the
I
younger?
know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
He looks like a wussa, but then he's like in some movies where he's got like all
He's
muscles and shit.
freaking. He looks like the freaking Hulk in this. Like he's James
Yeah.
McAvoy. That's it. Thank you, Ancriatus. It's James McAvoy, and I look up. I don't know what the movie's called. I can't remember, but it's like a horror movie, sort of.
Yeah.
And it's, oh my god, dude, like it's. And then eventually you start screaming at it because you're like, why are you so stupid? Like any good horror movie, you're like, what? Why didn't you just, a lot of that stuff. So he is so good. Elizabeth with his head is so true. It is like, I just think I don't think he can do bad acting, frankly. Yeah.
Have
it
you
wasn't
ever
Split.
had to,
No,
like,
I hated
act way
Split.
out of character?
Hated Split. Hated it. Yeah.
You hated what? Split?
Hey, Germany, one day after the elections. Wait a second. So the far right didn't win, right? The right won, but not the far right. Right? See no evil. That's right. It. Dinner bells. See no evil. That's the one.
See no evil.
See no evil. I think you'll like it, Lance.
Well, there's one I want to watch too that I almost got everybody agreed to, but we ran out of movie time. And it was that one you were talking about where the girl can't move.
Oh, Don't Move.
Yeah. I want to watch that.
I was surprised how much I liked that movie.
I wouldn't see how much it's like real life.
Ox recommended another one, something about See Me or something like that. We tried. No, it was called. No, I can't remember. We tried watching it, and we just hated it. We hate it. You know how sometimes in seconds? No, I haven't seen Companions. I'm looking forward to seeing Companions. It's supposed to be great. Companions. I think you should just see it without knowing anything about it. You'll enjoy it.
Okay.
More. I think that's my. Yeah, I've heard it's amazing. So yeah. Hello from Hungary. Woohoo! Moga from Hungary. I've been to Hungary.
Is everybody there very serious and tell you a joke like, here's a joke. I didn't eat today.
They're not really serious, but they're definitely more. They definitely let you know what's going on.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
More forthcoming with their opinions.
Is it stalled or something? Why is it? I've got nothing. I got zero, not a nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing.
This is the beauty. You can tell it to restart and put back in our prompt and we'll talk. Did it
what
start?
If I try? Should I try
anything?
Yeah, this is what it was doing before. It was like it was doing its countdown and then nothing, and then it spat out nothing. Do you think it might be something to do with the Muppets or Stargate?
Yeah.
You think that might be it?
Instead of saying Muppet Show,
I've started it now. We'll let it go now. It's a Wraith virus.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm sensing a theme. I don't know if you get that or not. Slight Stargate theme. Oh, I guess I did put Stargate in the title, didn't I?
Right. Well, it's a hashtag thing. You're trying to bring in the biggest audience possible.
That's it, exactly. Oh, Conclave. I enjoyed Conclave. And I'm very surprised I enjoyed Conclave because I had no interest in Conclave at all.
Oh, the Pope. Okay,
and it sounds like we might be heading for a Conclave.
Well, yeah.
He's not
because his kidneys are shutting down, they're saying.
They're saying he's had, what do they call it? Minor kidney failure. I don't know how you have minor kidney failure. But this is the same doctor that like 3 days ago said he's going to be completely fine. After, so. Was Conclave
they should just say God willing
religion?
and then wheel him out.
No, Conclave wasn't pro-religion. In a weird way, it was more it was more politics than God. In fact, now I think about it, I'd sort of forgotten that God was involved, if that makes sense.
Wait, was he quote unquote involved?
God?
In Conclave?
No, that's the weird. No.
Okay, they didn't show like, oh no, look, the chalice filled up with water.
Honestly, I think maybe if you're looking at it that way, you might start looking for God's work, God's hand, but I didn't, and I didn't see anything. And it was just, to me, it was just a fascinating, quite tense, almost like a thriller. Like it felt a bit like a thriller, but politically, I think quite topical and stuff. So
yeah.
All right, it's 63%. So it's
I could see Jeremy Irons as the horny Pope. That would be a good one.
Yeah, yeah. I wonder if he must have played a pope before, hasn't he? I feel
You
like
would think
I
he's
see him in
perfect for it,
robes all the time.
right?
Guy's always wearing robes. It was a work of art film, really. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was beautiful too, but um, he has apparently. Anchoretta says he has.
Wow,
He already has. Yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't say pro-religion. I wouldn't say
that's
anti-religion
cool.
either. It was just a very interesting collection of people trying to make a decision, and it was very much a microcosm of the human. No, it's done it again. It's done it again. It's just bailed. All right, let's just do.
Don't say Muppet Show.
Don't say Muppets and don't say Stargate.
Don't say Stargate. Well, no, call it a sci-fi
I'm just gonna say Rodney
style.
McKay because that's not gonna be
Did we say someone who looks like Rodney McKay,
um,
or
yeah,
did
looks
we?
like as the uh, puppet. How about that? Puppet captain
There you go.
and puppet yeoman from a pigs in space like show.
Yeah, perfect.
How about that? Again, this
Yeah.
is it's like AI hacking. This is frustrating though because what's so funny is I haven't hit a wall on any of this. I'm wondering if maybe there's something about it, they don't want it streamed, right? I'm wondering if
Oh,
maybe it's
are they able to
blocking
control that
because they
though?
don't want to get in trouble for something. Maybe I don't know. Oh, we played
When,
Alexander the Sixth. Look at that. Religious thing was just the backdrop to the political decision making process. Yeah, yeah. I mean, and it wasn't even a religious thing. That was so funny. Is it was what was so interesting about the film was that it was just about this sort of machinations of the politics behind all this stuff. And of course, this everyone is thinks they're working for God, but then who doesn't
well,
these
yeah,
days?
sure. That's what I was wondering. Is
Oh,
it
see you, Laura Manista. Thanks for coming by.
bye? Where is she going?
I don't know where they're going. Yeah, not a clue. But just buy,
Okay, fine.
just buy. That's it.
What else?
Maybe
I'm
because
glad she said bye.
it's because AI has failed us.
True.
You know.
Let's talk about other things while we're trying to get
Do you
that
want to talk
done.
about this DEI?
This DEI
Oh my
slash
God!
A thing. I know everybody will get mad, but
What?
it's killing me.
But what are you getting mad about? Like I don't understand what there's to be like. I understand trying to cut costs. I understand trying to reduce government spending. I used to consider myself a bleeding heart conservative, a bleeding heart Republican, basically. But I just don't understand why. I don't know how this is saving money. How does this save money?
It's not.
Yeah.
I believe it's an attempt to kill the administrative state
Hmm.
and to
What do you mean by kill the
less.
administrative state? What does that mean?
Well, okay. Do you know what externalities are? Like costs associated with doing business
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
you put off onto, say, let's say you have a fish uh, cutting business, right?
Hmm.
Or preparing fish.
Right.
And you take all
You're
the
a
stinky heads and
fishmonger.
you just,
You're a
yeah,
fishmonger.
you're a
Yeah.
fishmonger, a
Okay.
giant,
Got it.
but factory. And so you toss the heads downtown. You just toss them out in the middle of the street, and you're like, look at this. We don't even have to pay for getting rid of the heads.
Ah.
So we're making X amount of money, right?
Right.
So that's you externalize the cost.
Hmm.
That way you're not paying it. And then so somebody comes along, likely a representative of the local whatever, so government,
Hmm.
and says, no, you're gonna have to take those fish heads, boil them down, turn them into dog food or something that won't just sit around and rot and stink up the
Hmm.
place and bring rats. And then and that's what they don't like.
Dude, it's not letting us do it. I
It's
think it's a
shutting.
stream. I don't think it's letting us stream. I think that's what
Try
it is.
one
Let me
simple
try something.
something very
Let me try
simple.
something like. Let me just do this. I'm gonna try streaming it on my computer
Okay,
without it being shown. How's that? I'll put us
okay,
back
okay.
up to the. I'll put it back up in the middle. We can talk about it. Sorry.
So
So I'm boiling fish eggs, fish heads, and making dog food out of it.
right, but just that's what the administrative state is making you do, right?
Right.
Because
So the
somebody
government
from
stepped
the
in and said, "Hey, we're slipping on fish heads all over the place. This is your
right,
mess. You got to fix it."
right. So now the company's pissed because now they're spending a good portion of their profits on picking up the fish heads.
Mm.
Which how can you dare to tell them what to do? It's their business,
Mm.
and that's
Mm.
kind of the mindset of a lot of the huge companies.
Mm.
You take Facebook; they don't care if they've destabilized society.
Mm.
That's an external cost.
As long
If
as
they
the
have
money,
to
as
start
long as the money keeps coming in, yeah, right.
right, and
He seems to have flip
yeah,
flopped more than just about anybody. I mean, Zuckerberg just seems to just go wherever the
the
political,
wind's blowing.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Um,
I really think he might be a synthoid, who is just trying out different
I think that's mean to
skins.
Data though. Data had more personality
True.
and felt warmer.
Mm, mm.
I mean, look, and I'm sorry, I don't want to get to the bashing of people. I shouldn't
No,
do that.
I'm with you.
We wanted to talk about this because I think there's a part of this whole DEI thing. I think a lot of people have sort of focused on the trans issues. Again, I don't understand how we're saving money by pretending that a whole population doesn't exist. Um,
Well,
you
and
know,
that's what they're doing when they say, "Oh, look, we're saving money by getting rid of these programs," like you
mm,
say, DEI, and remember, an A is always at the end of that because ability, right,
mm,
and disabilities and things, those have accommodations,
mm,
right? So, I would be in the group of people that shouldn't have a job
mm.
because some white guy somewhere could do the job. I don't know, it's weird.
Well, you could have a job as long as it wasn't over an able-bodied person who could have done the job better. Is that is that their
Well, no,
logic
but
or
I don't know if they could. No, even if they couldn't, if they could do it cheaper,
mm,
let's say, like
mm,
if they didn't need an assistant.
mm,
What if I need an assistant? I'm 300, 400 times smarter than the guy,
mm,
as in real life. And then, uh, but they don't want that additional cost or putting in ramps. Why do we need ramps?
mm,
Stairs did fine. Why do
mm.
we need this guy to be able to use the restroom?
Right,
That kind of stuff.
right.
I probably went to the restroom in more women's bathrooms than most trans people.
I got to tell you right now, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Because the men's bathrooms are rule. Men do not
Well,
know how to. I'm amazed we don't walk around with just giant urine stains on us all the time. Because judging by the
it's true.
bathrooms, I don't. No one seems to have any. Yeah.
Well, and I'm pretty sure that's the reason I'm kicking out kidney stones in my 50s
And
because
then
when,
photographing them and sending them to me, which I got to say, we don't have to do.
well,
Do not.
there was no flesh
I
attached.
don't care. It's like it's in the lawsuit. I'm sending photos of your text. Um,
Well, they're gollywoppers, I'm telling you.
they were
So,
ridiculous. Yeah, it hurts
um,
me to even talk about them.
but like when I went to work, I would get up and out of the house by 6,
Mm,
right? And not be able to go to the restroom until 12:30,
mm,
1, and then come back to work after a half hour, right?
mm.
So mom's like jamming food in my face, or dad, get me there, take me to the restroom, throw me back in the chair, boom. And then not be able to go to the restroom again until 6. So,
Jesus.
you know,
So you know how to hold
yeah,
it.
yeah. I used to have this joke like, oh, my bladder's not the boss of me. Turns out I was wrong.
Yeah,
My
it's
bladder
called it's
is
called age.
indeed.
Yeah, it's actually age.
It's playing the long game, and
Yeah.
I wasn't there for it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. You've won the battle, but not the war. Yeah.
not the war.
They
It's
always
got the
wins.
war
It always wins the
firmly
war.
under control.
Well, okay. So there was something that came up that I thought was interesting today. There was an interview with Salman Rushdie
Mhm.
about about freedom of speech, and he said, and this made me think of. Oh, sorry, this is coming back to what you were saying, but it made me
Yeah, yeah,
think.
yeah.
It
No, I
made me
love it.
think. He said there's a real problem with freedom of speech right now because on the right there's like the classic freedom of speech stuff where people where there's the far right wants to squash speech and all the rest of it. But he says, but the other problem is on the far, not even the far left, but even on the left, there is a tendency to again say I am offended, and thus you should not say that. So that we're struggling on both sides of the political world to find free speech again, because we both seem to be trying to, basically we've got to this weird point where it's like, if you don't like what I say, I'm supposed to stop talking. And his point was, no, the whole point of free speech is that people need to be able to say what they think when you hate it as well as when you like it.
Okay, let's go back to 1900 New York. And you're in those really cool boroughs full of Irish immigrants, right? And you call them all one of the delightful slurs for an Irish guy.
We're so good at slurs, I've got
on
to
the
say.
corner,
The
because
Brits
you're
were
on the
amazing
corner.
at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're on the corner. You're in America. You're free speeching your ass off.
Right.
And then 12 Irish guys tromp you into the dirt. And then their Irish cousin, who is a police officer, comes by and tells you, quit scuffing up these lads' shoes with your face. So,
well,
you've always had freedom of speech from the government, but not from repercussion. If you get what I'm saying.
I see what you're saying. So, but when you start removing things, like, right. So, sorry. And the whole point of me saying that was was that I suddenly went, oh my God, that's kind of, I feel like this is what's happening now in America is that somehow DEI has got sort of lumped in with has got lumped in as a kind of almost like a vindictive thing, where it's like, we've won, so that means people don't want this, which means we're going to get rid of it. But I understand why you have to go to that extreme. Like, I absolutely struggle with some of the whole, canceling and stuff. I mean, again, you get caught doing something you shouldn't do or saying something you shouldn't say. That's not canceling. That's getting caught. I understand that.
Right.
But it just seemed that the rules for the left were really struggling with freedom of speech as well. And I wonder if maybe this is a knee-jerk response to that. But also, it just seems to be rather convenient. And again, I'm sort of playing devil's advocate here. Like, I have very strong feelings on all of this stuff.
Right. And I would address them. I'm going to pretend like you're just one of those internet guys I try to talk into stuff.
Right.
And I would say, okay, so a guy on the far left says, you shouldn't say gimpy, Lance, even though you're in a wheelchair.
Right.
Because I know gimpy people and they don't think it's a laughing matter.
Right. Okay.
Or something to brush off like that. And then I go, eat me. And then we're done. Okay.
Right. Okay. So end of discussion.
Right.
But then what happens when that gets put into an algorithm? Because now that's in a.
Well, right.
So now the fact that it says Gimpy God on our stream is probably going to push us out of contention for just about anything.
Okay. So then this is very subtle. Again, though, it has nothing to do with free speech. It has to do with allowing private companies to determine free speech.
Yeah, private companies
remember,
don't have.
We're gutting the government
But companies could do any of that, right? Companies could do whatever the hell they want on their platform.
Right.
Right?
You can't go to work at McDonald's and say, I think McDonald's is the most horrible.
God, I feel like a Burger King. Yeah.
And you'll get, booted out. So you don't have freedom of speech no matter what. It kills me. So anyway, we know on the left, at best, they can get an algorithm put in place, right? On the right, I don't know if you saw, but one of the polls put Kamala ahead in Wisconsin or something like that. Now, this lady, she'd been right for the last 20 years. And this is what her polling and the weights that she put on different things told her. And Trump is suing her. As the government, not just as Trump, the man, but the government.
Well, this
It's
is where I
suing
get
her for,
confused. Is I don't know what a number of lawsuits flying now. Like, are we suing the president? Or is the president suing Is it just a person suing a person, or is it a president? I mean, like I.
well, he is using his personal, how do I say it? He is using the office to execute personal grudges or
Mm,
dislikes.
mm,
That's another thing that's getting me about their savings is that they'll put, oh, we're getting rid of waste.
mm,
Well, now we're really into the what I consider waste and what you consider waste. It's
mm.
putting bars up near a toilet seat so somebody can maneuver
Waste of money.
better.
Waste of money, Lance.
Waste,
Waste
total
of money.
waste. Lance
Right.
can't use them anyway. So why do I
Huh.
care?
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, waste is a term that basically applies to whatever you think is a waste. Who's
Whatever
deciding
you
what a
think of
waste is?
waste, right?
Huh.
Even uh, let's say I'm not sure the actual statistics, but let's say they spent 10 million on condoms in Uganda or something like that.
Which they didn't.
Okay,
It
but you
was proven to be not true. There was
okay
I don't know about the numbers, but I know that whatever was quoted, it turned out
was
it was
too high. It was
completely, yeah, it
crazy.
was completely
There was
wrong.
one
Yeah.
point they quoted 8 billion. It
Subjective
was 8
waste.
million.
Yeah, subjective waste. Lou Raminista has got it right. Subjective
See,
waste.
but if I know a country that has breakouts of Ebola or some sexually transmitted disease, and that's going to be ground zero,
Mm.
it would behoove me as a more uh, economically stable country to keep that from spreading
Mm-hmm.
because we are a world
Yeah.
now, not just countries.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing that really, I mean, as you know, I worked on I tried to get a documentary done for years on this stuff, so spent a lot of time looking into it, and have met a lot of people because of it. It's been great. But the thing that kept coming up for me, because I need it to be all about me, right, Lance?
Right,
Um,
me too.
we're all gonna be disabled in some way, shape, or form at some point in our
Right,
life. Whether that's at the end of our life, whether because we broke an arm, or because we had a fall, or because of a sickness, or what. At some point, we are all going to benefit from certain aspects of these disability concessions, or whatever the hell we're calling them now. I mean, so the, so I feel like we're not really thinking very far ahead if that's the case. And we're all going to get older, and we're going to need things to help us get around. We're
right,
going to need things to slow down. We're going to need those ramps. We're going to need that. Not necessarily everywhere. And I understand that
right.
that there should be, you don't want to bankrupt a company because they have to put a freaking, a ramp in, and they've got no
Right.
you know.
Which is why I like subsidies and tax breaks
Mm,
and things like that, right?
mm,
But they're calling that waste
right.
now, right?
Yeah, yeah. And that's the, yeah.
So, and this is where it's made me really depressed. The
Mm.
black dog's been tearing at my throat for like 3 weeks
The
now
black
because,
dog. That's what my dad
yeah,
used to call it, the black dog.
I know I
Yeah.
got it from
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Oh, did you really? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I stole it. Thank you.
You're
It's
welcome.
mine now.
That's right.
Uh,
Artists don't borrow; they steal. That's it. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. I had a case that I started in the mid 90s where I applied to a school district for
Mm,
a job.
mm,
It's at that same school as where I went to high school. I did my student teaching there for a semester, got excellent reviews
mm,
from the teacher, from vice principal, and all that. And then I applied for a job,
mm.
mathematics teacher. They never filled the position. They opened it back up without even calling me in for an interview, anything,
Mm.
and just got somebody from a different place that they picked by hand.
Right.
So I sued. And it turns out when you sue them, you have to look at what are we comparing now? Because the law at the time said that the actual 1992 law said the sole reason the person doesn't get the job is the disability.
Mm. And you have to
And the
somehow
judge,
prove that.
right. And like, how am I just as qualified, but differently? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Mm, mm,
okay, can you run the 100-yard dash? No. Can you
right.
get that 100 yards done through some other means?
Mm,
That kind of thing.
mm,
So, so the only way you could do it is you go through his education background.
mm.
He fails calculus more times than you could shake a stick at. And actually, I could
But the
make an
guy who
argument.
got the job over you had
Yeah,
failed calculus. Okay, all right. I feel that's a
right.
pretty
No,
clear indication. Yeah. Okay.
what we had to prove, he was my intellectual inferior,
Okay. All
right?
right.
By
Right.
by a
Oof.
long shot.
God, that's tough. Okay. Right.
It hurts, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
felt bad for this dickhead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, foreshadow.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, did he turn out to be a dickhead?
oh, total
All
dickhead.
right. Okay. Fine.
That cripple as he goes by me in the hallway, and I was like,
Seriously?
yes, and I'm like, pussy, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
Sorry, everybody, sorry.
Yeah.
Because right now, I think pussy's incorrect.
Well,
What
that's
I
totally
mean
wrong
is
term. You should really call people
mentally
like
weak,
or
invalid
like
of the mind.
or balls because they're far more. Says that wonderful.
Yeah, balls are disgusting.
Balls are perfect. They're disgusting and they're incredibly weak too. You just tap
And
those
guess
suckers,
what?
it hurts. You know.
They just shrink away at any
And
sign of
there
violence.
you go.
Or
So
even temperature change.
yeah, yeah. I think pussy's the wrong
See,
term.
balls.
Totally the wrong term. I'd say yeah.
You're right.
You
I'm
know.
going to call it balls from now on.
Yeah.
You're right.
Don't be such a ball sack.
Yeah.
There you go. Done.
I like the whole idea that they run away from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you played Red Dead Redemption 2?
Not really. No.
The horses, when you take them up into the mountains
Hmm.
and it gets colder, their balls shrink.
Oh my God. That is a nerd on a mission. That is. Wow.
I'm just saying, attention to detail. Rockstar's got that box checked. Okay. So anyways, that's what we have to do. We have to prove that I was actually better for it, and I, demonstrate that I taught people, and that I, was better at getting across concepts than him, smarter than him, all these other things. They tried to put up that he was assistant football coach, but
right.
Nobody who says I can't, unless he's out there tackling bullshit.
Right.
Why can't I do that?
You can strategy. Yep, strategy.
Right.
Yep.
So,
you can yell at them with the best of them.
Right. No drinks for you. That kind of thing. So
that's it. Give me 1,000. I don't think they can do 1,000 push-ups, Lance. Oh, okay, whatever.
I just watch them cry. Are you crying?
Yeah.
Want me to call your mom?
Right.
That kind of stuff. So the judge had to make the letter of the law match the spirit of the law. He thought the spirit of the law was to get people like me into jobs.
Right.
And that people not prevent me from getting jobs because they're more influenced by the disability than he actually put it. What if they hate your mustache 1% and then hate your disability 99%? That still violates. It doesn't. Okay, the wording of the law would say, well, it wasn't all because of disability.
It wasn't entirely. He was also a dick. Yeah.
Right. He was also a dickhead.
Yeah.
And his head's really fat.
Right.
So that's what the judge found.
An alarmingly large head. Throwing the kids off. Yeah.
That's why. So if you look up CAR VS Morgan School District RE3, there's textbooks and things. I set case precedent.
Yeah.
And then I had to go to work at that high school. So 4 years of the most intense, awful fighting, where I've got to prove
that they're all
backwards hicks who don't understand modern society and intellect.
And then you got to go work with them.
And then I had to go work with them.
Oh, God.
Wow. And just for chat, the one person who was nice to me, this is so weird, was the head football coach.
Huh.
And he was the head football coach when I went to school there, right? And I guess this was not even 10 years later, right? But because I, went to college and then tried to get the job. But he came up to me and said how proud he was of me and having that kind of moxie and all that stuff. Everybody else is a dickhead. It was awful. They would stack things in front of my room, tear down my name off stuff, like
Mm.
my mailbox and all that. Anyways, who cares? The reason it's giving me
Why do they
the
do that?
shiver,
Like, but just for a second, why? Why?
yeah,
Why? Because they're angry.
I feel like it's an other thing. Still, I
Mm.
think they're angry because obviously that guy who could walk is going to be a better teacher.
Mm.
They're not taking into account that several people became teachers. Several students who didn't do well
Mm.
saw me as an example to do well.
Well, what about
They
someone
wouldn't
who
have
does
failed.
have disabilities who comes into the school and doesn't see anyone who represents them in any way, shape, or
Well,
form?
right, and I didn't see anybody like me there,
Mm. Mm.
but that's okay. Um, it's not okay, but
Well, partially because the school wasn't designed for it.
right, it wasn't designed for it at all. It was
Had no
awful.
accessibility anyway, right? Yeah.
They wanted me to go to the bathroom in the dark room for photography class. So, and that was only blocked off by chicken wire
Mm.
to the rest of the class. Fantastic. Anyways, that's
Oh
why I
my!
went home.
What's this? So you're peeing beside the rest of your
Theoretically,
class. At what age?
well, no, this was when I would have been a teacher.
Oh my God!
So
As a teacher, you had to do that?
yeah.
Holy shit! That just seems like a human decency thing, isn't that? Like a well, I guess that's why it
Mm-hmm.
becomes a human right thing, doesn't it? Yeah.
Now, when I was in junior high and ninth grade, there was a cot in the boys' locker room
Hmm.
where I had to go pee
Hmm.
because I had to lay down.
Hmm.
So they would lay me down, and then of course naked boys running by, flicking each other with shit. That got weird too because the guy that was helping me, all of a sudden there started to be a rumor about like we were doing gay stuff when they weren't there. It was like,
Hmm.
okay, interesting, nice.
So that just people just starting rumors, basically.
Yeah, kids are just.
Kids are mean,
I think yeah, they're
anyways. I mean,
mean.
we were
It's just
always God. The stuff we used to make up about our teachers were just awful. You know,
right.
and God forbid any of them come across like they might be gay, and then they were just
Then they're toast,
oh
right?
God, yeah, it was just terrible, terrible to them.
But
You know?
the reason the DEI thing comes into account here is there's been an express uh, edict handed down by Trump. It is formalized in one of his what do they call those? Executive
Executive
order.
orders, yeah, yeah.
I wish I knew the number, but it's got a number where uh, not only they want to get rid of DEI hiring practices,
Mm,
and they want to rid everything of the remnants of that practice.
mm,
So if it looks like you were hired uh, due to a DEI position, then you're fired. Well, who are they looking at there? Are they going to go look at a black woman? Probably. Are they
mm,
going to look at a guy in a wheelchair sitting at a computer? Probably. Are
mm,
they going to go look at a white dipshit Ted who doesn't even know how to tie his tie? Probably not.
mm.
Because, I mean, what does the DEI mean?
Well, and
It
what does
just means,
merit mean? They talk about this merit thing, and
oh,
the best thing I saw said about that was like, as he signed that decree, there's a picture of his dad behind him. I mean, so there was, you know, like I don't, I'm as not guilty of this, but I am a part of this as well. I am from a family my father was a doctor. He did well. I have, without even knowing it and without any blame to myself or I didn't know. Of course, you're in a better position than other people. You
right.
can't help, but that's not merit. I'm not saying I didn't work
Well,
hard. It doesn't mean you didn't, but it's still not, you can't, like, how dare anyone call what they do merit based without seeing other people's
let's
situations?
look at his cabinet members. Okay, the Department of Defense, Secretary of Defense now, is a weekend Fox News contributor. And it was like the Today Show. like where they came on at
He
6,
didn't he? Is he the guy who threw the axes and it
threw
missed
an
the
axe
thing
and hit a guy.
and hit one of the marching band or something?
Yep,
It was,
yep.
you couldn't do that on Simpsons. Like it would seem over the top on the Simpsons.
Right. You go, they never let you throw an axe in downtown New York.
Yes, but with a
It,
marching band playing just behind the
yeah.
feeble, the bad. I mean, to be fair, it's not really his fault as much as it is whoever built that set.
Well, I mean, I would have, I know David would have, like, first off, questioned whether he could throw it that far. But then second off, would have went, well, but there's people right there.
Right, right.
But anyways, but what about that makes him qualified to fire all the main generals, to fire the chief of staff,
That's right, but he's claiming these are all unqualified DEI
people,
hires,
right?
right? Is that it? He's
They're
saying
not
that they've only
qualified
been
like
shoved in
him.
there because of some silly left rules of some sort.
Some far left idea
Hmm.
that we need to have other kinds of people
And
having
those,
opportunity.
but those other kinds of people who need those opportunities are people with money and businesses behind it, by the sound of it, right?
Right.
That seems to be.
I mean, yeah.
There's a credibility given by the right to these. Well, I wouldn't say to the right. I think in most people, we seem to think like, oh, if someone's rich, they're somehow, it means they're smart. The other thing that I've noticed about this as well, sorry, I know I'm all over the place, but
Right.
is that there's this weird misunderstanding about people who are smart. They're not smart about everything. They're smart about
No.
whatever it is that they're smart about. It doesn't necessarily translate to, you're not just like brilliant and so you can do everything, unless you're Rodney McKay, of course.
Well,
But
and there are
you know.
things that don't require what you would call smart.
Mm,
My brother was a fairly successful drug dealer,
mm,
interstate drug dealer.
mm,
He was cunning, not
mm,
smart.
mm,
He would do things to people if they didn't do what he wanted.
mm.
And I have a feeling a lot of these guys that have billions of dollars just don't really have that second voice in their head says, should I lie to these people and take all their money? And make you feel bad? They
Well,
just do it and go on.
I mean, it's interesting because it's also a thing that we're talking about. Like the different personality of a place like Hungary. I mean, there are places in the world
Yeah.
where, and certainly some of the more Slavic countries in Russia and stuff that have it. That there's kind of a that kindness can be weakness. Because of how
Right.
tough things have been growing up, and which again is obviously going to clash with soft Western culture type stuff that we have.
Right.
I just don't understand. Again, I understand. I understand when people keep saying and telling me in the news that I generally listen to is very opposed to what's going on right now with this. So, but it makes me nervous because I go like, okay, but if we just assume that they're all idiots, I feel like we're missing something. So I've been listening to a lot of Fox stuff recently, because I want to see what's their spin on this. Like, because whether we like it or not, there's a spin on the media that I'm watching. What's the spin on the media that they're watching?
It's all aggrievement.
And it is all about. They talk about it's common sense. A lot of this, like, and you had that in your trial too, didn't you? Which is common sense. Why would we build a ramp for one guy? Doesn't make any sense.
Right. And if we have two guys that can teach math, wouldn't it make more sense to have the guy who can, I don't know, subdue somebody if things got out of control? Or but then things never did get out of control.
But that's okay. Let me throw that into the mix then. Let's say you're a prison guard.
Okay.
And you're not hired as a prison guard because you can't contain the people who you would have to potentially contain or something like that. I mean, like, I guess where do you, like, the way Fox News talks about it, it's
Right.
like there are people who are being hired that literally can't do the jobs because of whatever disability
Right.
or
When the two airplanes crashed, they didn't crash because the helicopter was flying too high.
No, he
And
literally said there were people who couldn't see or hear that were like he literally picked on people with disabilities on
right,
that.
this is Trump, right?
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was a DEI situation.
yeah.
Either a woman was flying or somebody, they have people with Down
I'll tell you, I
syndrome
would much
and
rather a woman
dwarfism.
keeping track of all those planes than any of us. Any of us men.
Are you
I think
kidding
men
me?
are too easily
Any day of the
distracted.
week.
Yeah.
I mean, I am
It's
like
been
all over the
it's
place
been proven that women are better at multitasking than men. So that's
and
just,
have better focus. Yeah.
yeah.
But so, okay, I do have, how do I say this? The issue's gone so far to the right that I
Mm,
don't even feel like representing, trying to see their point has any value now.
mm,
It's gone. They're so far gone that even seeing a tiny bit, like, okay, should I be a weightlifter?
mm,
No, but or because I didn't ask for that job. You know what I mean?
mm,
And if somebody does ask for that job and they can't fulfill the primary duties
mm,
of the job, then I'm not going to be on their side.
mm.
Uh,
Like, so you're saying, but okay, but I guess, I mean, and again, there's no examples of this. Like, I haven't seen any of them bring anybody up and say, like, look, there's someone who was hired because of DEI who obviously can't do their job. Like, it feels like a complete scapegoat on this stuff. The trans thing, I don't understand at all. That just feels vindictive. Like, I just don't, you may not like it. You may not, I mean, I think we all would, I mean, anyone would, anyone would probably choose not to have that extra complication in their life growing up. You think people are choosing to
right,
have these issues? No, of course not. And whether
right.
they're
But we're
issues or
supposed to
not,
have the common decency to
and
stay out of
who
society
and
and
who cares? I don't
right.
understand why we care. Like, I
There's
just
a
don't.
discomfort of other.
You know. Um.
And if you really watch what they're doing, especially people are not, they're watching those radio shows, the drive-in radio
mm,
shows, and it is absolutely filled with hatred.
mm,
And just these people are taking from you, they're stealing from you.
mm,
My cousin's awful about this. I was going to ask you about him too, because he always carries a gun in the
mm.
back of his pants now. I don't want him to come in the house with a gun.
No, that's fair
Anyways,
enough. You could say, "Don't bring him to the house with a gun," can't you?
yep. I talked to my sister, and we're gonna. That was already established, but he did it again. But anyways, I told him that Trump is actually blaming the Ukraine for being attacked.
Mm.
He said, "Oh, they shouldn't have
I
started if they."
that talking about the black dog. When I heard him say that, I was I was honestly shocked because I'm
I
just
was
like
crushed.
I was like, wait a second. So this guy's just another Putin puppet? This is just a guy that they've somehow got into power in a place like I seriously worried because I was like, this literally sounds like someone who's I it's the pigs in Animal Farm at the table carving up the
Yep.
world at this point. And again, look,
Yes.
I mean, again, I which is so funny because I don't feel like I maybe I'm an idiot. I truly try to
No.
find something. Middle ground's the wrong word, but I'm trying to find what's wrong. How are we so hurt? How are we so broken that we
I have an
can't
idea.
find this stuff? Please go.
Okay, we're not actually talking about the far right and the far left. What we're actually talking about is the far right and then libertarians
Mm,
that were, I mean, but like the original meaning of libertarian, basically the people who ushered in capitalism
mm.
and stuff. Okay.
Oh, what, really, really? Because I always
Yes.
equate them more with the anarchists, like the people who don't want any government control.
No, no. What we have is, I thought of them as chaotic neutral or whatever,
Mm,
but it's not. They were the ones who said, forget feudalism. We're going to let people sell what they want, make what they want.
mm, mm,
And then so in our current day society, they are slightly left of center. This is the Democratic Party, right?
mm,
And they're still beholden to the wealthy, just as the right is,
mm,
right? The right went laissez-faire, no governors or
Mm.
controls on business, and the left, which is Democrats,
Mm.
want they don't want total control, but they also don't want to change the status quo.
Mm.
And people are seeing their money leave their pocket for taxes
Mm.
and go and no discernible improvement to society,
Yeah.
right? So they feel like they're getting ripped off, that
Mm.
something weird must be going on with their money.
Mm.
And
Well, we know
like
government is wasteful. We know that the government things tend to cost more, to take longer, and I get that. I think
well,
there is waste in
more
government.
more wasteful than what? A rock star uh,
That's a
programmer
good
that
point.
bothered to put shrinking balls on a
Mm.
horse in
Mm.
a storm.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, that's a good point. Good point. Yeah.
And look at all these guys flying back and forth for no apparent reason. They're not thrifty. They're
Mm.
thrifty with their workers. They want to have the working force
Mm.
and then go back to their yacht,
Mm.
and get their helicopter for their yacht. So
Mm.
I don't know. I have a hard time with that.
No, it's an interesting point. I mean, yeah, I really I hadn't made that connection. I mean, I guess the way, again, being brought up to be
That's how you're
conservative,
raised, right?
I
I
was,
thought the
and you
same.
see government, you see the waste and the bureaucracy in government. Maybe bureaucracy is a better word than waste, but I like, I do think it can be more efficient. But at the same time, as you say,
Sure.
but I don't believe that a businessman who buys the social media platform to stop getting trolled is is the guy who's gonna make who comes in
Right.
to good ideas and then overhypes them to everybody. I just don't.
Right. Uh, but the problem is the people who want to do quote unquote are wanting more efficiency. They do things like, okay, I have to pay people to take care of me 24 hours a day, right?
Mm, mm,
Make sure I'm breathing, eating, sleeping, drinking.
mm,
And their idea of a cost savings somehow is to put a business intermediary between the government handing them a check. So they put a business in charge of, uh, doling out the payments rather than the government directly doing it. So
mm,
they just want businesses to make money. That's
mm,
all they really, really want. I think we don't have a good grasp of what both sides ultimately want. And
mm.
then people in the middle, they can't see that there's ulterior motives going on both sides. So,
Well, and I also think that there's a tendency for us to group people into, you know what I mean? Like, every Democrat is a different person. I mean, my concern with the Republicans right now is that I feel like I don't know why you would want to be called a Republican now. Even as a
right.
Republican, I'm not sure I consider this, Republican, if that makes sense.
Well, I
Um,
think you and I grew up in a time, though, when being we were kind of avant
Margaret
garde.
Thatcher, she sorted out those unions. Yeah,
Right. Ronald Reagan, that
yeah,
guy's based. He
yeah,
got shot and said, I'd rather be in Philadelphia. Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Alex P. Keaton was on. And I loved me some Michael J. Fox. And, and Trump was a big deal back then. And I had Trump, the Art of the Deal, first edition
Mm.
book. I had that. And I have uh,
Was it any
Trump,
good?
the
Was
game.
it any good?
No, it's stupid.
Well, was it? Oh, okay. All right. To be fair, most of those books are. I call it my business porn. I
Yeah.
listen to business podcasts all the time, and weirdly, Trump never comes up. Elon Musk does a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Xenos. Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, everybody, if we're boring you, please drop questions or
Doesn't.
tell us we're full of shit. I'm full of shit.
Uh,
That's part of my problem. I don't know where I'm up my own butt sniffing wine or
well, that's exactly my thing. And I think that it's like I don't really have a place to talk about this stuff. I think I've generally avoided talking about it. Now I just want to find out what's going on, because I just feel like the news I listen to has a bias to it, a huge bias, definitely to more to more sort of like more socialist leanings, more left wing stuff. I know you can't say socialist in the U.S. I know, but
Yeah,
definitely
it means communism.
more government looking after people side of stuff. Definitely, I know that the news I get is definitely sways towards that. So as a result, I try to look at other stuff, um, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know what's happening in the world anymore.
I
Like
think part of your problem is you think this must be coming from a rational place that you don't understand right now.
hmm,
And people in groups do not necessarily
hmm.
act rationally.
So I'm trying to be a
Um,
scientist.
right, I think so. Uh,
But then, so
I
what do
was
you
telling you
do?
about the cousin.
What do you
Okay,
do?
all of my family is MAGA, right?
Hmm,
Except for the immediate family.
hmm.
And
What do
I
you mean
tried
by
to
MAGA?
explain,
So when you say that they're MAGA, what is that? What is
like they're full on Trump is best. He woo Trump,
they
Trump,
voted
Trump.
for Trump? They support
You
everything he
know,
does. They don't question anything.
right? Nothing he. Not can
Really?
he dunk a basketball? Shit, yeah, he can dunk a basketball.
But they
Does
don't
he
even
have an
ask like
anus?
they
No
don't even
way, he doesn't have
say
an anus.
they don't even say they don't even say like, oh, he says Musk is running Doge, but then the lawsuit says that he's not running Doge. They don't have
No,
any
dude.
actual questions about it.
I said to the cousin that okay, I sent him video of Trump because we had discussed this. Russia attacked Ukraine.
Yeah,
And now we're acting as though, well, it's just about the vibes. Come on, man.
it's just
You
about the
know,
what?
the vibes. You know, that's what people say. But
Oh,
when
so
I
like we need to stop this war at any cost type thing.
right, especially Ukraine, even though the Russians
Wait
are
a
the
sec.
ones who
So
attacked.
so sorry. So if you're MAGA, you basically believe that the same people who are running around with guns down their pants are saying that we
Right.
should stop the war, man.
Just give up,
What?
man.
Just like seriously?
Just let it go.
No, but
You
that's
can't
what I
fix
mean. Like,
everything.
so you're saying I'm going to go crazy if I try to put a logical spin on this
I
thing?
am, at least because I love these people.
Yeah.
These are people who would take me up and down stairs so I could
Mm,
see things that I couldn't see. Like this cousin of mine, he's only 6 months older.
mm,
And so when we were teens, he would take me in my electric wheelchair
mm,
upstairs so I could watch him do taekwondo and
mm,
other
mm,
various things. And we go places and my high school had like 2,500 people
mm.
and like their fights would break out and he'd put himself between me and the fights going on and
But this
stuff.
is what
So
I mean is I feel like one on one people aren't
right.
this fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I guess as you
Yeah.
say, when you get them all together, then they start being a. And it's also we all live in these bespoke realities too, right? Like we all live in the
Uh,
same. We all create our own little bubble of, like you don't go to look up something to find out if you've got it right. You look up something to prove that you're right. You know what I mean?
that's
Like
what people do.
yeah.
But God, dude, I make myself nuts
Mm,
because even during when I sued, I thought, am I wrong? You know what I mean? I thought,
mm,
isn't it true that I can't do several of the things that can do,
mm,
guy can do?
mm,
So shouldn't he get it? Am I in fact doing a bad job?
mm,
Uh, because after, did I ever tell you this? Um, okay, my first two evaluations, I got the close to the toppest marks you could get, and then the top marks,
mm,
first two semesters.
mm,
Then that guy called me in, and he was the vice principal, and he said, "I'll I'll tell everybody this conversation never happened if you tell the lawyers." Okay, interesting way to start. And then he said, "They're putting pressure on me to give you bad evaluations and to start pressuring you to, so that you're less comfortable.
mm.
I'm just going to leave. I'm going to get a job in
Yeah. I
Arizona.
don't want to deal with this. I'm out of here.
Yep,
Mm,
which is better than the next guy who went ahead and took up the torch
yeah.
and started doing what they wanted,
Yeah.
like my evaluations. He doesn't walk around the room, which is a problem.
Mm,
Things like that. Well, he's right. I didn't walk around the room.
mm, mm,
Things like that.
mm,
But anyways, let's go back to the cousin. So I tell the cousin Trump is blaming Ukraine. And he's like, I don't give a fuck about truth. I just care about 40% of my checks going for waste. Okay. I mean, it was like belligerent.
I mean, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, and I guess that's why. I guess that's why. I mean, but I think it's why we do have to talk about it because I think if we can find, if there are people out there like I know there are people who watch Stargate who are MAGA supporters. I've talked
Yeah,
to them. I've offended some of them because I realized in doing so that I'm a part of the problem. Um, you know,
Rodney would be MAGA. Shut up.
well, whatever. I mean, who knows? Yeah, MAGA. He totally would be as long as they're funding science, and they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And good luck trying to tell that guy that that the world is flat and that we should all drink unpasteurized milk and that vaccines are
True.
bad. Good luck telling Rodney that. I mean, you know what I mean? Like he's a
No
freaking scientist.
vaccines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a scientist. Um, but I think well, it's interesting. I mean, these are going to be interesting chats because I think there's also the other thing is just perspective, right? Is that people come into
Right.
things, they have a certain way of looking at the world, and unless that's challenged, there's you just assume that's the way the world is, and I'm absolutely experienced that where I'm like, oh my god, I must be such a great actor because I've always worked. Well, I've always worked because I was way back when a good looking young white guy with blonde hair and blue eyes, and that's what was popular in Hollywood. That's what Hollywood was looking for, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
my
a good
industry's a
thing you're
fascinating
so
one for that.
incredibly attractive. I mean,
Well, but
sometimes that's too much of a burden for people
it's true. It's
to
very
bear,
tough.
but
It's
not
very
you.
tough. Try to see my perspective on this, Lance.
You turned it to work for you.
But I mean that's the thing. Like I think that and so I'm assuming I go like, well, for a very long time I don't think I would have even thought about it because I don't have to, right?
Right.
You know, and it's very funny to talk to actors and now who complain about it being, oh my God, they're always casting, diversity for roles and stuff, and I'm like, dude, you're in the film industry. They're gonna film what people want to see, right?
Right.
So if people wanted to see, blue-eyed, blonde-haired, white guys, and they don't want to see that now, that's not. That's their right. That's the way it works.
I think what changed things more than anything,
Yeah.
or at least really kicked things off, is they're always wanting a better margin, right?
Yeah.
Then they make the Black Panther,
Yeah.
and that thing goes off huge,
Yes.
and the black community loves it.
Now,
You know,
my
they're
frustration
flashing
with that
Wakanda.
is
Go ahead.
that the white industry has built that specifically designed to
Right.
hit all the buttons. But at the same time, great. You know what I mean?
But at
Perfect.
least they're pandering.
Yeah.
Dude, when I used to go to strip clubs,
Mm.
I was just happy when the girls would take my money just like any other sucker. Right? I just felt good because there were a lot of girls who wouldn't even come around. Like they would stay on the other side of the stage. So when they took my money, I felt equal.
Strip clubs just creep me out. I couldn't. Just
Do
couldn't.
they?
My friends used to. My friend when we were much younger, like in our 20s and stuff. Friends used to go all the time, and I truly found it incredibly uncomfortable. I just didn't.
Well, yeah, but
I was like,
they're English.
like they know that they know what the deal is. You're supposed to know what the deal is, and I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this deal. Like I just don't want to. I just
see
didn't like
that.
it. Yeah, yeah.
But I would get there, and then the valets would come out, Lance, and then we all take me inside. What's up, buddy? First drinks on me. Boo, boo, boo.
Right.
So I was like, I was the norm of the strip club. But yeah, I don't know. It was fun, and it was way more fun than going to a regular bar where just drunk people are there, and you have to like.
Cal
they
says I'm a
love
square. Cal says I'm a square.
Cal is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not square. He's just got that real, how do I say this delicately? Puckered butt of an English guy, like.
And proud of it, damn it.
I'm proud of all the puckering.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's just funny. It was a dynamic that made me very, very uncomfortable.
Hmm.
But plus I have five younger sisters, so maybe that has a
Yeah, I
bearing
got
on
a
it.
younger
I don't.
sister. Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
I wouldn't have recommended she go into it. Yeah.
mm. But what's weird now is I think it's different now. Like I think that the sex trade itself has changed, and I think in a good way. There aren't the people on the streets. There aren't the people. I mean, again, there's going to be some of this, of course. There's going to be
Right.
people exploited as well. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of women have been able to sort of like take control of it themselves, and it's their choice and on
I
their
like that
rules.
better.
Like I think that's a much better, I mean, it's as it should be, frankly. But like
Remember Night Shift with Henry Winkler and Michael
yeah,
Keaton?
yeah. They were running a brothel out of the
Right. And they let the girls run it instead, and they just ran the accounting portion
right,
of it.
right, yeah.
So I guess it's kind of like that. But and I'm with you. I couldn't partake in any sex industry stuff
Hmm.
because I'm always worried about like what put that gal in the position where she feels okay doing this, but then you can also see that she doesn't want anybody to know, and
It's an interesting
like what?
dynamic for you though too, because you're not a threat.
Well, yes. Okay, this is a good story. Everybody, hold on. It's a good story. Okay, my dad is a fantastic human being,
Mm.
and he knew I was tired of being a virgin. So I hire somebody to come down from Denver. So a lot of the money is just the travel time. And she gets here, and dad, I think maybe from being in Korea, is
Mm.
familiar with the trade, because I have no fucking clue what's going on. And dad puts like extra money on there. He's like, just call me if you need anything. And he goes, and then she's like, I'm pretty excited, right? I'm, maybe getting short breaths, that kind of thing. And she's like, oh, your dad's so great. You think he wants to join us? And I'm like, I'm out. We're
Oh,
done.
oh my,
Deal broken.
oh
Dad
my
join us?
God.
I mean, I was like out, 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 out. I didn't, I said, okay, I'm too scared, too scared. Not going to do this. Not going to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
So she got paid, but then left.
Now, if she's really smart, she just said that on purpose, because she just got a free trip down, and you know.
I think she felt like she was going to, do a twofer for free, which was a good thing on her part. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
my dad.
Oh God.
I
No,
don't even
that's.
think he has a nude mode.
Mm.
And
Yeah. No, that's not. That's yeah.
my mom, it killed me, man.
Uh. So, what did he hire someone else, or what was it? What did you
Oh
explain it to him?
God, yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh yeah, that's creepy. Yeah, yeah. I get that because we don't talk about sex
Mm.
ever, ever,
Mm.
ever, ever. He
Mm.
just was very pragmatic.
Mm.
But oh yeah, no, that was not. As far as I'm concerned, I was immaculate conception, and
I got news for you. That's every son.
well,
Every son
that's
doesn't want
me.
to know. I don't want to know. Don't want to know. That's it.
I'm not even going to think about it. It's
I'm so
but
sorry, Lance. I'm gonna have to
yeah.
wrap this up because it's
Oh,
past
I'm
five
so
thirty
sorry,
now.
dude.
No, no, not at all. Not at
We need
all.
to talk about my DI concern. Let me just say,
No,
I'm worried it's
do.
all being undone.
Right.
It's all being undone by one order. All the work I did and the suffering because I try to make light and try to make uh jovial these things I went through, but they were soul crushing
Hmm.
for years and years going in, and they're trying to get rid of you and make you uncomfortable. And I
Hmm.
couldn't pick the person who was supposed to take me to the bathroom and feed
Hmm.
me, and they barred my family from coming on campus, and so they wanted a time of the day where I was dependent completely on them
Hmm. Hmm.
and their whims. And I have no physical ability of my own, right? So,
Hmm. Hmm.
and they didn't slap me around, but they knew that isolation.
But emotionally, they did.
Yes. So,
Hmm.
yeah. And then when I brought it to the EEOC to sue them the second time because of all the shenanigans,
Mm.
that guy said, "Look, they'll crush you, Lance. You have to take a bite on it." It's like, no, 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 no. I'm one of those walls that you can slam your head against or drive a truck into, and I'll just crumble and crumble, but there'll always be wall there.
Mm.
So
But what do you feel a bit like Don Quixote? Were you tilting at
the
windmills? No,
opposite
because
of
you were.
Don Quixote, I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, yeah, that's probably the better. Actually, I told the story about throwing myself out of a chair when I was real little, so I landed on my sister. But and it hurt me way more than it hurt her.
Mm.
But she pissed me off, and I knew I could land on her if I threw my head to the side because I was sitting on top of a bunch of Sears catalogs up at the table.
Mm.
And if I threw my head to the side, I would fall off and
Get a punch
squish
at
her.
her.
Yep, get a shot
The
in. And that's
human
all I
bullet.
wanted. Yep. So I told him that story. And that story was so great. But but anyway, but it hurt so much. But I felt like if I could help the people coming after and establish law, that other people who aren't maybe as strong as me won't have to go through it.
But the
right?
laws haven't changed, right? He hasn't changed. I mean, he's trying to change the laws, I guess. No, he's not trying to change the laws. He's just basically doing what he wants right now with executive orders. But all of these are going to be fought in court, are they not?
They are, but if you're, it's strict. It specifically says if you're a company or a school or university who receives federal funds, you can't do DEI at all. So if I come in to a college, let's say I'm just obviously more qualified. The other guy graduated third grade.
Now, though, is it? It's not going to happen
no,
now
because they're going to have to justify hiring me, and when they could just hire the other guy and not have to talk about it.
Right. Jesus. Are there any organizations working on this or anything? Is there anyone who's
I called my attorneys. They're like the foremost attorneys in ADA and specifically hiring. I haven't gotten a call back, but I want to get in.
Yeah, they're probably too freaking busy.
Right. Well, I want to find out if I can, what do they call that? If you have standing to sue. I wonder if I have standing as a disabled potential employee in America. Do I have standing to sue the government? And then further than that,
well, or even just offering advice on it. I mean, like, even if you don't want to take on the battle, because that's the school
I'll
board.
take on the battle. I don't give a crap.
Really?
I'll do it. I don't care. It's making me sick not doing it. Like,
But it's clearly illegal, is it not? I mean, like, I thought, like, you're literally targeting people, or no, they're targeting the organizations, right? Of course.
It's illegal. It doesn't follow our system of checks and balances. The problem is he's going in, the courts are shutting him down saying you can't do that, and he's doing it anyway. So what does that do? You saw he put himself up as a king, right? He put the picture of himself on.
Oh my God. I like that. I mean, I know it's a joke, but then,
is it though?
But then I'm sure so was the Nazi salute. Not a good joke. You know what I mean?
No.
It's just
terrible joke.
It's absolutely a lack of understanding of I
told my nephew these people that are accepting these things as a joke are going to say, "Boo, why'd they put us all on trains? It's a joke. It's funny. Why'd they take us into these big giant factories? Because it's hilarious. Why are they turning the knobs for the cyanide? It's really edgy, but it's still comedy." That kind of stuff.
Yeah, no, it definitely. I mean, the problem is with any political argument now ends up being compared to Nazis, right? I mean,
well, and I try not to push it that far.
Yeah.
What I'm actually worried about is the real thing. That now somebody in a wheelchair is not going to get a job.
No, worse than that, someone who's in a wheelchair just lost their job.
Right.
Like, that's fucked. Like, that's
right.
I mean, even if you look at it, even if you could somehow say, like, okay, you want to do this, you're targeting someone, don't target the people. don't target these people in their jobs. Target the system that you made. If there's something you don't agree with, or there's a process that needs to happen, or but we've, yeah, no,
Did you see that? This is how you know it's just helter skelter going on. There's no, we are definitely talking about madness taking control because they got rid of everybody is in a probationary status. Well, I guess that sounds bad, huh? To the average human. But if you get a promotion, say from teacher to principal, you're on probation status for like a year, right? For your new job. So they got rid of people who just got promoted for exemplary work, right? Throughout all kinds of different things. Does the chat have anything that they want to talk about, or are they just?
Well, there's a few. I mean, Mr. Clean Tracy was saying that that this is basically that they well maybe out of sync with the talk. I don't know Trump on the far right. I do know Trump on the far right used the bigotry issue because they know it will trigger people's emotions easily to where Trump on the right can then use it to manipulate them. And bigotry and hate actually exist in the people at some low level to begin with. And Trump and the right wing know that and they'll use it. Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
It's a lever they're pulling. Yeah. Right.
But that's, again, I feel like it's it comes down to that. It comes to that muzzle velocity thing that Bannon talks about. The idea of like, just hit them with freaking everything at the same time. And they won't know what to do. And we don't.
That's why I feel like the news is not going to be real news until they stop trying to show that both sides thing. If one side's being
both
insane,
sidesism. Yeah.
Right. If I bring in a guy and say, okay, we have two sides here. One side says he didn't do the murder and there's proof of it. And the other side says, even if he did do it, we are going to execute him, right? And so now you have to figure out both sides. The stupid side and then the real side, right? I don't get it.
I mean, I think being able to call stuff, but here's the other problem is, my God, there's so many issues here. It's, when you've got the social media companies settling suits that they shouldn't settle, it's basically just a bribe.
Right.
When you've got news agencies settling suits,
what's that called? Paying tribute.
They're basically paying tribute. Yeah. So you get to a point where who wants to? I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with the late night folks, because the late night folks are just like the go-to news for me. It at least it makes the pain a little bit more enjoyable. John Oliver's fantastic. I love Stephen Colbert as well. They're just because they're funny. Like, they're funny. Yeah. I mean, it's sad that we have to do about this, but they're just, I find them funny. Not all the time. I don't like the sketches and stuff. I just like the monologues, to be honest. But in fact, I find the sketches a bit annoying. But it's too theater, baby. But I mean, are they going to be shut down? Are they going to be sued? Are they going to be silenced? Do you think?
Saturday Night Live got sued for something joke they told last weekend about Trump.
Worries me. That's what I'm worried about.
So that's where we're at. It's not civil suit. It's a civil suit. It doesn't matter though.
As soon as you start scaring people, as soon as you start questioning whether, I mean, this is something that I remember talking about years ago with the Tech Bandits, where they were like, oh, don't say this, don't say that, because YouTube will shadow ban you, or whatever the term is. Like, they'll if you say those words, no one's going to see your video. And my immediate response, because I'm an idiot, is to go like, what? Well, screw them. Let them do it. Like, I don't care. We'll say what we want to say, type thing. But the reality is that starts to sink in after a while. So we're not seeing the same kind of stuff on YouTube as we did before, because people are growing up with an understanding of the things that they can and can't say to get a message out.
There are people who are good, prompt jockeys. They'll work around the word, like in Minecraft. You can't say unaliving yourself. The real word for unaliving yourself.
But I mean, that James was talking about that. James was talking about that. You can't say suicide, but you can say not unliving or something.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And it's dumb.
well, because eventually that will get silenced as well, right? Eventually they'll go like, oh, you can't say unliving now either, because that's gonna. I just feel like, look, it's one of the reasons why I started the email of awesomeness is I got this sort of fear that all of these wonderful people who I've met over the years, I was gonna lose, not because not even from a silly actor feeling important stage, but because I love the communication that all of this affords me. So at least with email, I felt like there's a relationship there that can be continued should something go wrong.
Right. If you get cut off from them.
If I get cut off, or even if I'm so tired of it. Like I can't do Twitter anymore. It's exhausting. Even just posting the about us doing this chat. I got hit by a few things and I'm just like,
oh no, did you?
Well, just you can't help it. Things come up and you go like, "What?" And then you go, "Oh God, it got me again." You know what I mean?
It worked.
All right, look, I really should run because my wife is home too, so it's time for Happy Hewlett family.
Oh yay!
Everybody, thank you very much. I don't know whether this is going to be the typical damn dirty Abes, but I like it. And I think most importantly, it's fun to chat, frankly. Although I could hear less about your sexual encounters. I'm fine with.
But I find them infinitely fascinating.
I think
just like you find your burden of being a sparkling, blue-eyed, all Canadian boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I think we've learned one thing from this. It's keep Dad out of the prostitute question.
Right.
All right, everybody. I will let you say goodbye. It's your damn stream.
Everybody, it's tough. Keep your spirits up. Don't stop fighting, but also don't stop looking for the things that make you happy, and do those things. Have an absolutely wonderful week.
Be brave, be kind, be brilliant. That's what I'll say. Yeah. And
this is more catchy.
We'll try to do a week. We'll try to do this it'd be nice to do it once a week. We'll try to try to aim for that. Maybe we'll just aim for Mondays for the time being or something.
It works for me, buddy.
Oh, great.
Until something comes up for you.
All right, cool. Yeah. Let's hope something comes up for me.
Everybody, tell everybody to come watch.
Yes. Oh, and go to techbandits.org. Sign up for the email of awesomeness, and I'll start putting this in the roster as well, of just reminding you when to see it and stuff. So please do. Yeah.
All right.
Lance, you still got a Patreon stuff going, or a GoFundMe or anything?
I have a GoFundMe. What was it called? Technical stuff for Lance.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Cal's already doing her amazing cut and paste thing, where she not cut and paste, her Nightbot thing. So she just does her.
Cal's awesome.
Cal's the best. I know, it's so true. Yeah.
But I'm not worried about it. So.
Okay. All right. All right. So until we geek again, cheerio. Huzzah.
Bye.